Wesley Snipes' apartment was destroyed in 9/11. And
was he in the fucking tower?
No, he was next to it.
Oh shit!
He wasn't in.
Bastard.
He wasn't in at the time, but his apartment was destroyed in 9/11, and that is so fucking funny.
Jesus, that would be the punchline of everything I ever said from that point onwards. Would be like,
so funny.
Yeah, man, I used to have a collection of that. Unfortunately, it got destroyed in 9/11.
9/11 apartment survivor.
This earth-changing thing that like changed politics forever also affected you in a very specific, like, kind of annoying way. Because
you hate seeing shit on the news and being like, "Oh shit, that's out the window."
My stuff.
Yeah.
That's my
obviously,
stuff's
like,
in
you
there.
know, thousands of people were directly affected and killed on 9/11.
My couch!
But for most human beings on Earth, it was a kind of an abstract thing that just changed the world forever. It's very funny. There's like, God damn, like my favorite jeans were destroyed in 9/11.
Yeah, like that was my whole wardrobe, man.
All of my tax paperwork, which will exonerate me.
Yeah.
I'm afraid it was destroyed in 9/11. It's a hell of a way to get out of paying taxes.
I would go into court like, interesting, you're going to convict a 9/11 apartment survivor
I'd be
of
wearing
tax fraud.
9/11 survivor on everything.
But remember, like, there was like that first year after 9/11 where a lot of Americans were like really shell-shocked and traumatized, and there was this like very fucked up
2002.
period of like national mourning, and to be going through that like on a national level, but on a personal individual level, to be just like quite severely inconvenienced in a way that you can't really talk about because it pales in comparison to the massive tragedy. It's so fucking funny.
It's so funny to be like, yeah, like 1,000 people died, but I did lose my record collection, and I had been working on that for a bit.
And it is quite a significant thing to have your home destroyed, but you also can't bitch and complain about it because it was destroyed in 9/11.
Yeah. We need to pay homage to the real victims of 9/11. Wesley Snipes.
Wesley Snipes
It's like
is
a fucking
stuff.
7-7 had like taken out not your bus but your bus route, and you're just
You were
like,
late.
oh, I have to get to work a different way for the next like month.
Like if it just hadn't reinstated it, and you're like, I was also severely inconvenienced by 7/7.
It's like you survived the Blitz, but like your dog was killed. It's like, it's like, oh man.
Just like, do I go to the memorial? Am I like allowed to do
I'm
that?
personally affected by this big thing, you know.
It's so funny to be at the periphery of like a major incident. You just be like, oh, I lost like a bit. Like I can measure the things I lost, but obviously it's not the same as dying.
Like my collection of rare vinyl records was melted in Hiroshima. It's like, damn.
Very close to a sort of very precise emotion that I have no idea what it feels like, which is getting through a police cordon because you live down there, for instance.
I did that
Just
during
like-
the coronation. It was very funny. They tried to tell me, you can't go down the street. I said, yes, I can. I fucking live here. And they said, what's your address? And I said, I don't have to tell you that. Get out of the way. What are you talking
We shall
about?
try that. Yeah, interesting.
That's funny.
Ah.
Yeah, God, I bet it would have been.
Social hacking tips from Abigail Thorne there.
Just walk away.
Yeah, this
This might work if
this-
you're white.
Cops if you're fast enough.
and wise
You got to be
enough.
very fast if you want. Like,
Yeah.
Well, they weren't cops. They were just security guys in high-vis vests.
Oh,
and I
well,
was like,
never
I get
mind
it.
then. You can fucking tell them anything.
Yeah.
I'm doing G4S, yeah. Don't give a shit. But
G4S. Motherfuckers.
So, all I can say is that this episode is dedicated to the sacred memory of Wesley Snipes' apartment.
R.I.P. In the arms of the angels.
So I had a really nice poster in there, and I'm pretty certain that's just
It's just like you're not being let back in, and you're like, oh, but I liked that pot plant.
The thing is, I want to know about the like scale of destruction, right? Is it the case that like the building is gone? Is it like the apartment within the building is gone? Is it that like the apartment has had like a, you know, burning jet fuel and like dead bodies thrown through it, and it's like kind of fucked, but you could conceivably go back in there? Or is it just like they broke a window and now your lease is up because it's like next to 9/11?
Snipes' apartment in New York City was destroyed by the collapse of the World Trade Center. Yeah, that's it.
That's
all it
so
says.
funny. This is completely derailed. I'd forgotten anything about the movie we were just talking about. I'm just thinking about Wesley Snipes going home and being like, fuck.
Well, because in many ways, Osama bin Laden was the real Demolition Man.
Yeah.
He was. Those brave Saudi demolition men.
19 brave Saudi demolition men.
Yeah, imagine you were like building I hope whoever edits this can pull it together.
If he had been in the apartment, he could have looked out of the window in time to see Colonel Sam Troutman get killed.
He read in the paper that Colonel Sam Troutman had died the day before. It's like, oh, okay.
It's like, oh, it's really sad. Better not go to my apartment because I want to be alone for a couple of days.
You know what? In a very real way, this episode was the wrap party for season 2. So
Yeah,
good, whatever.
Yeah.
I don't care about Demolition Man.
Luckily for Wesley Snipes, he wasn't in. Like, you know, that could have been really bad. It could have been Wesley Snipes was killed in 9/11.
Getting like maybe for some reason I'm imagining that he didn't hear about 9/11. I'm sure he did, but like I'm imagining getting home and being like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, he saw it on the news and was like, "That's my fucking house."
It was like, "Oh shit!"
But do you remember that like period of confusion immediately in like the 24 hours afterwards, where like nobody was quite sure who did it or why? Like, was it deliberate? Was it some kind of fucking accident? He's like, "Did they do that to me?"
Did they target? They found Wesley Snipes' passport unburnt for some reason in the streets of NY.
Did they 9/11 me personally? Is that what that was?
There was a brief period here where Wesley Snipes thought he was the victim of 9/11.
Yeah.
It was just a fucking picosecond. It was a nanosecond. It was real and it happened. Where he heard about 9/11 and thought he had the worst go of it.
Yeah.
Because fucking Bin Laden saw Passenger 51.
Bin Laden saw Demolition Man and was like, no one could get away with that haircut.
It's just like, okay.
Oh, yeah, the movie was fine.
It's good.
That's
Check it out. It's funny. It's about 10 minutes too long, but
We're doing serious critique here. And promulgating a revisionist conspiracy theory that the intended
They missed
of 9/11 was Wesley.
They hit the wrong fucking buildings.
It's like, where does Wesley Snipes love to go? His apartment. So we'll send 2 planes to make sure we don't miss it. Maybe the Pentagon and
Wesley Snipes fucking loved that field. Flight 93 was not taken down by a missile. They didn't force it to crash by anyone on board. They saw Wesley in the field. Like, let's go.
He just ducked out of the way like a rabbit.
he dodged that like he dodged those taxes. Allegedly.
I could dodge a plane if I saw it coming easily.
Mm-hmm. Wesley Snipes loved to be in that field in Shanksville, Pennsylvania.
He did also do 2 years in prison for tax evasion.
Yeah, him and a remarkably small amount of the wreckage. Now, the movie Demolition Man is a 1993 movie starring Wesley Snipes and Sylvester Stallone.